we're going to open up governance of the site for user input and ultimately a vote, which means that people will have a say and be able to give any feedback they want on the rules and regulations that govern how we develop the product. So the reason why we're doing this is just because it's a service that people are sharing really personal and intimate information on, and it's just becoming increasingly important to more people. We just passed 175 million users. So we figured that, in addition to helping people share information and connect with people, that we should also open up the process of how the site is governed in order to make it just a better process for everyone.
So who is going to own the Facebook content? The person who puts it there, or you?
The person who's putting the content on Facebook always owns the information, and that's why this is such an important thing, and why Facebook is such a special service that people feel a lot of ownership over. Right? This is their information; they own it.
And you won't sell it?
They often want to. No, of course not. I mean, they want to share it with only a few people. Right? I might upload a photo album that I only want to share with a few members of my family or my friends from high school, and it's really important that that information only goes to those people, and people feel a really strong sense of ownership over that, which is why it was really important to say, we trust our users, and that's why we're going to open up governance like this.
You say there's a contradiction between people wanting to share information online and wanting to control it. Why?
Well, I mean, I think, everyone wants to be able to see all the information that's out there, and at the same time, everyone wants to make sure that they're only sharing their information with the people who they want to see it. So it's important that we design a system where people can do both.
So just to be clear, you're not going to sell or share any of the information on Facebook?
What the terms say is just, we're not going to share people's information except for with the people that they've asked for it to be shared. And everyone gets privacy settings, which has always been one of the big differentiators for Facebook, and what makes it a really different service for people is you can say, I want this photo album to go to these people, or I want this note to go to these people, and the privacy controls on Facebook are really unparalleled by anything else.
But how are you going to make money if you won't sell or share people's information?
The model is advertising, right? I mean, people's information is their own, but there are a lot of different companies and entities that want to buy advertising to take the information that they have, whatever their message is, and reach more people with it. So our advertising is growing really quickly just because the number of people who are using Facebook around the world is growing quickly, right? So just past 175 million users. Pretty soon we'll pass 200 million. So with that, the advertising revenue is growing as well.
But aren't people so outraged because they perceive you as being a private site? That's how you've made your money.
Well, I feel like people have a very unique relationship with Facebook, where, on most other services, their privacy is an important thing, but on Facebook, privacy is central because people are sharing their own information. So people feel a very strong sense of ownership over it. And when they perceive that we do something that they don't want, then they are very open about giving us feedback, which is why we went out of our way to set up this governance system that encourages them to give feedback and makes it so that we're more transparent. I think a lot of the reaction that we've seen is more a reflection of how much people care about Facebook and what their relationship is with it and how much they trust us.
Facebook. 2012 election. We got people to opt in, and the privacy policies at that time on Facebook were that if they opted in, they could tell us who all their friends were. Where this gets complicated is that freaks Facebook out, right? So they shut off the feature. So the data's out there. You can't take it back, right? So the Democrats have this information.
A former official on Barack Obama's campaign revealed how in 2012 they obtained much more personal information than their Republican rivals. Carol Davidson added it was all thanks to loopholes in Facebook's privacy terms at the time.
A company now accused of using the private data of tens of millions of Facebook users to directly target potential American voters.
Facebook is under growing pressure to explain how it'll protect Americans' personal information from people wanting to exploit it for electoral gain.
Data analytics firm that harvested information from millions of Americans without their permission. Reports in the New York Times and Britain's Observer suggest Facebook data was misused to sway voters in the 2016 election. Tony DeCopel has more on this.
A voter profiling firm called Cambridge Analytica is now at the center of a massive alleged data breach at Facebook, reportedly leveraged to help Donald Trump win the 2016 presidential election.
We spent $1 million harvesting tens of millions of Facebook profiles, and those profiles were used as the basis of the algorithms that became the foundation of Cambridge Analytica itself. The company itself was founded on using Facebook data.
Christopher Wiley is a former research director for Cambridge Analytica. He alleges that the company secretly accessed more than 50 million Facebook user accounts. The Trump campaign told the Associated Press it never used data from Cambridge Analytica. The campaign used the Republican National Committee for its voter data. Any claims that voter data were used from another source to support the victory in 2016 are false.
So this was a major breach of trust, and I'm really sorry that this happened. We have a basic responsibility to protect people's data, and if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people.